Hello friends, I'm Peter with 27 Plumbing. Lately, we've been discussing 5 different plumbing tips every homeowner should know. It's getting quite cold outside, so for number 4, we'll be discussing winterization tips and techniques. Here are a few different things you could do to protect your pipes from freezing and breaking as it gets cold. Number 1, make sure you remove your garden hose from the spigot. You leave that garden hose hooked up. It doesn't matter what kind of spigot you have, if it's a frost-free style, if you've properly winterized it, there will be water trapped within that hose and you have a much higher chance of it freezing and breaking at the spigot. Number 2, make sure you properly winterize your spigots. Now, proper winterization techniques will vary a little bit depending on how your plumbing is set up. So you will want to be mindful of what kind of system you have and what might be the best solution for you. Some different options would be to shut the valve off to the spigot within the wall, wherever your shutoff valve may be located, and then open the spigot itself to drain out that water. You could then put a protective foam cover over that spigot to help keep it warmer at that location. Another option you can do would be to simply let water trickle when it gets below freezing out of that spigot. It doesn't have to be a full blast, but you want something more than a drip. That's going to keep water flowing and hopefully get it out of the system before it freezes. If you're unsure of which method you should be using, I recommend the latter. The most common freeze break call I go on is for customers who had actually shut the valve off to their spigot and opened it up to alleviate pressure, but what they didn't realize is that their plumbing line is coming vertically out of the ground before it goes to the spigot. And when that happens, water in that vertical pipe will become trapped and is still liable to freeze and break. Now, if you have PEX piping, this might not be as much of a concern because PEX is actually able to swell in the event of a freeze, and some PEX piping will then contract back down in sides properly once it thaws out. But if you have copper piping or CPVC piping, which becomes brittle and can really splinter down when it breaks, these are very, very common freeze repairs. We had the very deep freeze this past Christmas. By far, that was my number one call, was for customers who thought they had winterized properly. They did what they could, but unfortunately they still had water lines on that exterior wall that ended up freezing. So making sure you keep water flowing if you're unsure, that's definitely the most important thing to do. Now, of course, you don't want to necessarily have water trickling all over an area you're going to be walking, a sidewalk, a driveway, and have that become a danger. So keep that in mind. Just use caution, do what you feel is best, be mindful of when it's going to get cold. You can also put heat lamps in the area, so long as they're not in a position that's going to be prone to becoming flammable. Open up any cabinets that might be on an exterior wall, just let some of that home heat get in. And again, you can run water at your faucets, run water at various locations. That's going to keep your water line underground, the water flowing. That'll keep water on the exterior walls. If you have spigots you can be opening there or faucets you can be opening there flowing. You just really want to do what you can to be mindful of the temperature, how cold it's getting, and just, work to protect your system. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook, Nextdoor. You can reach me directly by phone call. Again, my company is 27 Plumbing. My number is 770-238-6265. You can call or text, and I'm happy to answer any questions I can, absolutely no charge. If you want to send me some pictures of your setup, I might be able to give you advice on how I would winterize it if it was my home, and what I would do to guard against that freeze. So thank you for watching. As always, every single one of you who's allowed me to take care of your homes, who has referred me to others, I appreciate you so, so much. You allow me to do what I love doing, and I'm so grateful for that. For those who I haven't yet had the chance to serve, I look forward to hopefully being able to be of service one day, and maybe these videos will help you guys out as well. So thank you so much, all of you. You all have a wonderful day. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you may be celebrating this time of year. If you are, I hope you have a wonderful time with your friends and family, and I'll see you next time.